All right, guys, so today we're doing something a little bit different. We're doing a garage update. So my name's Breck.
My name's John.
And we're going to go over this fleet of ridiculous 5 vehicles that we have here. So me and John, we buy a lot of cars.
And we sell a lot of cars.
And we sell a lot of cars. How many cars have you had, John?
6.
And I've had 16. So between the two of us, I'm doing some quick math. That's like 22 cars or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Sound about
I've
right?
also had 2 motorcycles and 2 ATVs that
Yeah.
are on top of that.
Yeah, so it's always a mess, and we live in a place with a 2-car garage. So don't worry about the statistics of that and the logistics of that. But today we're going to talk about each car. We're going to go over what we like and dislike about each one. We're going to talk about if we're keeping it, if we're selling it, and we're going to talk also about what we want in the future. So should be a pretty cool video, and let's get to it. All right, so this is my 2021 Jeep Wrangler Willys Unlimited. It's a really long name, but it's been my daily driver since September 2021. I ordered it in May of 2021, and what I like about this thing, for one, I got to custom order it. So like this very obnoxious paint color that you see here, Gecko, I got to pick that. Obviously got to pick the Willys package. This is the convertible automatic sliding roof, and just a whole bunch of things. We did a whole video on this. Obviously we'll link that in the description below. And I really do like it. One of my favorite things about it is that it's great in the summer. Take the doors off with the top back, and it also just takes through the snow in the winter. This is also a good vehicle because if you look at all the cars around us here, these are all rear-wheel drive 2-doors. All of the rest of the fleet is rear-wheel drive 2-doors. This is a 4-door, 4-wheel drive absolute tank. So the deal with the Wrangler, I want something new, but I leased this vehicle, and lease rates from September of 2021 to May or June of 2023, whatever month it is, they're ridiculous. I would probably pay $300-400 a month more for the same car, and it doesn't make sense. And I don't know what else I want. I kind of want a Bronco, but once again, I don't know if it's worth paying double every month just to say I have something a little different when this only has 21,000 miles on it and I have 2 years left on the lease. So Wrangler is staying unless somebody wants to lease me like a Rubicon for $400 a month, $0 down, hit me up.
Of course, Breck had to go with the most obnoxious color to match his personality over here. So, yes.
All right, so this is my 2005 Lotus Elise. So if you guys follow the channel, I bought this car in January of this year. We bought it and immediately drove it back into a snowstorm, and that kind of described my ownership with this car. So I really do like driving it. It's a lot of fun to drive, but it's had some problems. So it's had this blower motor issue, thousands of dollars later, and like 2 months of shop time, we kind of got that solved. And it's just been a little finicky, but it really is a great car. So to come over this way, one of my favorite things about this car is just how driver's focused it is. You have these great bucket seats. I mean, you're sitting on the floor. You have a cool aluminum tub. We're going to go through and do a full video talking about all the crazy things with this at some point. And I also think it kind of looks like a Ferrari in the back too, which is kind of cool. So this is where it gets a little tricky because I think this is going to be the next one to go. Like I said, I've had 16 cars. The longest I've ever kept a car, I mean, I've only had 3 of the 16 over a year, and 2 of them are sitting right here. So it's normal for me to not keep it that long. I've had it since January. And I'm thinking, as fall gets near, we're probably going to be moving on with this one. I always knew it was kind of a 6 to 12 month car unless I really liked it, which I do really like it. But, the other reason is this car is a lot of money. I mean, I could get a lot of other cars that I still really want. And, I like trying new things, and it kind of just, will move the story forward. And I'm not a millionaire. I have a 2-car garage, like I said, so I can't just buy another one. And I think that logically this would be the right one to go. So we're going to do a couple more cool videos with it, but this will be the next one on the chopping block.
What are you doing?
I'm just standing, dude. I'm just hanging around.
I just want to point out with the Lotus that compared to the Jeep, this thing is tiny.
Yeah.
Like, it's
compared to the Viper, it's tiny.
Compared to everything, it's tiny. But it's just nuts. I also want to point out for the clamshell coming off about 6 times that you couldn't repair that, really.
Listen. So for real quick, for everybody that knows, these clamshells are like notoriously terrible and expensive to fix. And believe it or not, I'm going to shamefully admit this. This happened coming out of a driveway. I didn't even hit like a thing. It was a driveway that did that. And
so you don't know how to drive.
Well, the good news is I got the body shop's going to fix it. It's going to get taken care of. But yeah, that's the thing that I'm not too happy about this car either. All right, so last but definitely not least, we got the 1995 Viper RT10. So I've had this car since September of 2020. This is the longest I've had a car for. I bought it out of a barn in Michigan. And you know what I really like about this car is it's a philosophy. It's old school. They threw a huge engine, a lot of power, and like no safety features. So you know we got no airbags, we got no ABS, we got no traction control. I mean, it's just as old school as it comes. You know, we did a full video on this. And you know, funny story that I want to bring up with the Viper. So one of our last videos was me going down to Tail the Dragon to the Viper owners group, and I didn't bring my car, but we went in my friend's 2014 Viper GTS, and you know that car's worth 100 grand more than mine. And I was a little afraid driving that car around for a weekend on the Tail of the Dragon. I would get back and not really enjoy this as much. And believe it or not, that was not the case at all. I really liked the 14, obviously, but they're different cars. This car is so much more old school and raw feeling. And that GTS, it's so much more refined. It was great for driving on a highway. This really, you know, I mean, the roof is not the best. It's got zipper windows, which really sucks. And that's probably what I don't like about it, is that like, it's kind of hard to use on a day-to-day basis or take on any sort of trip in any capacity. But it's so much fun. And out of all the cars, this is the one that it ain't going nowhere. It would have to take someone, unless someone wants to offer me way more than it's worth. I think, you know, I have to hold on to this one. And the other part to that too is that, you know, I paid $18,000 for it. I put maybe $4,000 into it, and I'm not going to touch another one for 22. I mean, I'm going to pay way more than that. So even though there's a potential to make some money on it, I don't think that it's worth it to me. And I think that this one is going to be the one that stays around. So.
Breck, what is going on here? Like, I know this thing gets hot.
Well, you know, it's 90s Dodge. I mean, it builds character, you know, builds character.
So this is my 2011 Mustang. The thing I like about this is it's kind of hard to find a 5-liter that's convertible and manual trans. When I pulled up to the dealership, they definitely assumed it was a V6 right away. So they're like, oh, that thing's actually pretty sweet. So it's kind of rare to find that whole package together, but it is very nice. I probably will miss it, and the reason I'll get into that is I'm sick of fixing stuff, truly. And I used to be a mechanic, and this thing cost me about $4,000 in repairs in the past 2 years. So I've kind of had enough, and I've owned it for 2.5 years now, I think. And that's probably the longest time I will ever own a car. And I'm currently beating Breck with his Viper record. And that is about to change because I just picked up this thing. So, picked up this thing, 2023 Camaro 1LT. And I'll give you a quick story on it. I ordered this 3 months ago, came in a little bit early, and that is why the Mustang is still with us today. Because I was planning on selling this to get my down payment and came in early. So here we are with the two cars. And the Camaro is sweet, I will say. The clutch is a lot lighter feeling than the Mustang, which is a little weird to get used to. But very nice having a new car. I'm very happy with it. And it's just, overall, I'm very excited to start driving it.
What have you not liked about it in the first few, what, you had a week or two?
Yeah, exactly a week.
Exactly a week.
What I don't like about it is a little lower on power. I went from a V8 to a 4-cylinder turbocharged. And also, speaking of turbochargers, I'm not used to putting premium fuel in. This is my first non-naturally aspirated car, and I didn't know that. So here we are with not great gas mileage for a 4-cylinder, and the thing takes premium. It's awful.
John, I just got a quick question for you.
What?
What's this backup camera, bro?
Dude,
is this like even on there? I mean, it's like
have,
bolted onto the license
They didn't
plate.
have factory backup cams in 2011, and I like having a backup camera.
So you got the jankiest one they made?
I got the cheapest one they made.
All right, John. Well, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I thought when you ordered this thing, there were stripes on it, and
yeah, there were supposed to be stripes on it. Okay, what happened was they were on back order, and the dealer said, "You can take it today. We'll give you a call when the stripes come in, and we'll put them on, give you a loaner for the day." So they were very nice to work with.
Are you excited to get a Chevy Cruze and drive around for a day?
Probably will give me a Chevy Cruze, but you know, that's okay. I can beat that one up for the day.
All right, John. So the $1 million question, what's coming next?
I don't know what's coming next because This one's gone, that's for sure. Hopefully soon.
Buy Mustang.
Yeah, hopefully soon. This one, I mean, you know how we go through cars. It'll be a 2-3 years max. But so far, I'm liking the Camaro. I mean, maybe I'll get a V8.
Yeah.
If they're still making them by the time, they might be done this year. Otherwise, I do eventually want to get a truck. But right now, I can only have one car at a time. Our parking situation's a little rough. So this will be it for a while.
It's a good choice.
Thank you.
You look like a douche.
Yes.
Well, if that's the case, coming next to the channel. So, I don't have anything 100% picked out yet. Like I said, the Lotus is still going to be here for a little while. And as I kind of mentioned, this is probably going to be a few years before this is even going anywhere. But the plan is, tentatively, I have a list of probably 12 cars that I would consider like next step up cars. And I want to get one of those by the end of 24. But I want to just keep my options open, and basically whatever I can score the best deal on is probably what I'll end up going with. In the meantime, the problem with me is I see a good deal and I can't pass up on it. I mean, cue the suit of armor that's sitting in my living room. But it's going to be tough to say. And, you know, obviously if the right car comes up, there's always going to be something. But I would guess probably no car, at least till the end of the year on the channel. But I say that now, but you never know with me and John. I mean, there could be a new car sitting in the driveway tomorrow. We really don't know.
Why isn't the hood popped on this one?
Well, it is. It's in the back, you know, it's fancy.
Isn't that referred to as the boot?
The boot.
They call it?
Yeah, that's what they call it. The joy of owning all these cars. It's always something. Today's problem. All right, guys, if you like that video, please give us a like, give us a subscribe. Let us know if you want to see anything else. If you want to flame our cars, feel free to do so in the comment section below. This has been a lot of fun. I had, you know, a great time shooting this video today. John, do you have anything else you want to add to our funny chooches car garage update?
This guy's a chooch.
Dude, you know what? It's a good time. It's a great time. We're having a great time here today, and we're gonna
standing out the window of the Jeep, of course.
All right, guys. See you in the next video. So we're here to film a video about cars. And this chooch. What are you drinking there, John?
It's a natural ice.
A beer?
It's a beer.
Before we shoot a car video?
Yeah.
Shout out to our roommate, Tyler. Tyler, thanks for bringing the last car of the fleet. You know, I mean, it's not one of our cars that's going off because they're all sitting right here. But, I mean, somebody just had their alarm going off 10 minutes trying to shoot a video here. And we just, meh, 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 meh.